Like Papa always ran around to the 20s and 30s. He always called it prejudiced, why people were locking him up. But like I said, the truth was he was trying to get white girls and white people strung out and trying to get them to eat his shit. Like I said, he would eat a whole bunch of opium, and then he would shit it out, and then he would basically cook it in an oven or not even cook it, and then put it in alcohol and basically have people drink it. And they were like drinking human excrement. And like he'd be over there laughing on the inside at the parties. Like I say, and then one time, like Irishmen or the IRA wanted to know who was bombing their cities in Ireland, and I said, well, I can't really help you, but there was this black guy that I saw once, and he was dancing next to some bombs or some explosives. Like he had a silver cane, and he was dancing. Like I had this picture in my mind of this black guy, and like he's like dancing, and he's in like this coat with like the split in the back, the DuckTales, the one where it's split down, in a V shape, and like he was dancing, and he was looking at bombs, and there's a whole bunch of really really like built black motherfuckers standing around him. I guess Bloods and Crips or something like that. Like they had gotten access to some explosives or something like that, and he was all dancing and all happy. So, I assume maybe that guy's Papa or someone. Because this black guy had a silver cane and what's called. Anyway, at the time when I said it in 1980 or 1990 or some year, people were like, "Oh, we know the guy you're talking about." Because yeah, he took over my silver cane. Like I had this company making these gold and silver canes. They had like little gold or silver cane little tops, and then this nice black thing, and then a little silver cane, little silver, real silver on the bottom, like high-end cane stuff. It was my factory. Anyway, he walked in with his Bloods and Crips or someone and basically shot everyone or killed everyone or took over the factory. So anyway, and then he was sharpening the ends of the canes to a point so he could poke women and poke people. Like stabbing people and stuff with this really long spike on the end and stuff like that. Anyway, I don't really know much about him really. I just know a little bit. So anyway, yeah, and he would walk around with a silver cane all the time. I mean, mostly you'd probably see him around Belfast or somewhere. He moved all his black people into Belfast and into some other places, like going, "This is our new Eden," and he was paying people to scrap out metal and basically steal paint cans to spray paint stuff. Like the walls were painted fine, and he was just having them spray it up just to basically make it worse, ruin it. Like all the houses, all the apartments were beautiful and perfect, and then once he moved in there, like they started destroying it, and cockroaches moved in, and basically his whole point was to turn the black people into like a plague. Like he just wanted to bring down civilization because he had spent like 20 years or 30 years in jail or something, or watched his daddy had died or something, or I don't really know. Like I'd never understood Papa. Anyway, probably you could probably go talk to Madonna, like ask her a couple real good questions about Papa. The song Papa, Papa don't tell no secret, blah blah blah. Papa gonna keep the baby. Because she might have met Papa. Like I said, there's a well-known white Papa and a well-known black Papa. The black Papa is the worst one. He's Papa's boys and basically Bloods and Crips and basically Middle East black people, some other people. They're kind of a tight-knit group in their own way, and they didn't know that the top like 5 black people were like crazy, or at least Papa was. Like I said, or at least his father, like 2 or 3 black guys were just like absolutely nuts. Like one of them had spent 20 years or 30 years in jail, or his life in jail, and like he was angry. So he just wanted to bomb everything. So yeah, that's what was going on with the Bloods and the Crips and everything else. Like I said, the Bloods and Crips have a nice little operation. They could just be happy, but they had Papa for a leader. So anyway, and he was the one with absolute devotion and this and that, and like he would start to preach and stuff. And basically, he was corrupting the black people, making them think things that weren't true. Getting them to fight people. Anyway, he had some knowledge about me, and because it all goes back to what's called Warsaw. Like he was over there, or one of them was over there, and he was all dancing and all happy and all like slick, selling his shit and selling the cocaine and stuff like that. And he was slapping women, beating up women, and he had like a couple hundred other black people with him, and like they were doing this whole thing in Belfast, or not Belfast, but Warsaw. Anyway, so we stopped him, we locked him up or kicked him out of Warsaw, and from then he became my enemy. But then again, like I say, he was everyone's enemy. Like you'd just be walking down the street and you'd look at and you'd see someone that was with a cute girl or something, or see someone like that, and you just like to terrorize people. So anyway, that's Papa. That's why the Irish locked him up for like 20 years, because he was just crazy. Just a crazy guy. So anyway, like I said, you could talk to the IRA about a lot of this stuff. Like they had their own files, their own notes and stuff on people that they had noticed to be a problem, or in around them, that were like getting girls strung out, or using them for sex slaves, or doing this or doing that, just causing problems for everyone. So, like I said, the Irish had their own files. So, and the IRA, or not the IRA, I don't know about the IRA, but the Irish people, the Irish as a group. See, like I said, there's the IRA and then there's the Irish. You know, like the town of Ireland. Like they're a good group. They're really great people. Like they built ships. They did mining. They know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. Yeah, they're like heroes and like a bit larger than life people. They just, you just don't know it by going over there. But I mean, they built everything. They built steam engines. They built railways. They've done deep mining. They're a very capable group. Very respectable. And somebody was treating them like shit, but it's like they're the ones that started everything off. They built the foundation like 30 years ago. Like the Aussies aren't Aussies. They're actually just Irish that went over there. Like 100, 200 years ago. So, anyway. Great group. Like I said, I love them a lot. So anyway. Like I say, I mean, that's basically what's going on in the world. And then you have the tinsmiths, and basically the Middle Eastern people, like gypsies and tinsmiths. Like they're a great group. They were in charge, like around Roman times or a long time ago. They are the ones that were taking care of the world and making sure everything was fine. Anyway, some group like JFK or Papa or someone goes in there and starts killing off all their top people, all the people that were guiding everyone, and starts attacking them basically. Like I said, Papa, he would attack people just to cause disorder. He just liked to make a mess of everything. Like he wasn't for gaining or getting anything. He was already basically what most people would call a rich man. He just liked to destroy things. See how much damage he could do. Kind of like JFK. So, anyway, and he had all the black people doing the same thing basically. They just didn't know it. So. Anyway, yeah. And then of course, there's the kings of Africa. Which were kind of doing what Papa was doing because he was black and telling them what to do. Going like, you gotta trust your own. Using all that bullshit of trust your own. You can't trust a white king or whatever. Not realizing the white star, me. I'm the white king. I'm Lucifer of the dark as well. So, I'm 100 trillion years old. In actuality, they've been trying to kill me for millions of years, 150 million years or more, trying to keep me from telling all you all this truth. Like, well, that's the way it is. And it took me 1,000 years to figure all this shit out. It took me a long time to be able to just say, well, this is how it really is. Like I spent a long time like reorganizing, filtering, looking, and asking questions like, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? And then some other great groups like trying to help me what's really going on. Like, oh, it's not really religion. It's really actually these other people, they were just mining and they called them religious and made up a bunch of bullshit. So it's probably just Papa and maybe some hackers. Well, together with some stomp people. Basically just people just trying to get rich. And basically pretty much condemning themselves. Thinking it was okay. It's like, it's not okay. There's a lot of other life forms, and they're really pissed off with how the humans treated me. Really pissed off. I told Rodney, I was like, they're gonna get mad, and they got mad.